What's up, everybody? This is Suresh from Mind is a Monkey coming at you guys with another episode of Let's Check Out Some Diecast. Can you guys believe it's actually the end of October? We are like inching towards Halloween and like marching towards a new year, right? Just 2 more months and it's going to be 2025. Wow, that's huge. All right. So I've been meaning to post more frequent videos, but there's been a lot going on in the family recently. So, I've not been able to create so much of content as much as I would love to. But it's good to be back. And today, I have the latest two assortments of car culture, right? So one is the Japan Historics, the fourth edition, the fourth run of the Japan Historics. And the next one is Terra Trek, right? So let me just, Terra Trek. So, the Terra Trek was like a lucky morning find. And I got my Japan Historics 4 from SE Diecast. So, I didn't get too lucky with the Terra Trek find, meaning I didn't score a chase, but you never know. I mean, they're called chases for a reason, right? So, who knows? I might stumble into one of those chases one of these days. So let me set aside the Terra Trek. So first, let's check out Japan Historics 4. So, we always get eyes rolling when we say Japan Historics 4, right? Because there's like the fourth run of a certain car culture family, right? So there are mixed opinions about this. Collectors are divided. So, some of them are saying, hey, maybe there's like too much Japan Historics, too many to collect. On the other hand, there are other folks who say that, well, as long as they keep things interesting, right? So I tend to be part of second half, right? So they as long as there's a nice, interesting mix of new models, I don't have problems with a certain series that repeats, right? Because car culture has been going on from 2016, right? So we gotta kind of understand that it's a series that's been going on for like 8 years now, and it's been going strong. It only keeps getting better and better, but that kind of also puts a cap. You know what I mean? So it kind of puts a cap on what new families of car culture that Mattel can keep delivering, right? So as you can see, this is a nice mix. So let's check out the packaging, right? So it's got the classic Japanese icons of like a pagoda with cherry blossoms in the background and with a car in the foreground, right? And this time, so you can see JH4 and it says Japan Historics, and there's also probably like the Japanese text of it, right? So here, other than 64 and GT, there's nothing that I can read. But while they wanted to add the classic Japanese touch, they also kind of like gave us the English names, right? So there's an interesting mix. We've got a 64 Prince Skyline GT. I think that one is supposed to be, the chase model, right? So, based on, the mixes and your lucky nature, you could score a chase, right? So that 64 Prince Skyline GT, 72 Toyota Corolla 11, the Nissan Fairlady Z, the 73 Honda Civic Custom, and the Mazda RX-3, right? So I think the Nissan Fairlady and the Mazda RX-3 have already been released as premium versions, but with regards to the 64 Prince Skyline GT, Toyota Corolla 11, and the Honda Civic Custom, all of these three are like brand new toolings in the premium line, right? So of course we have seen the 73 Honda Civic Custom kind of like maybe I'm gonna say two years ago it kind of debuted as a mainline model, but the Prince Skyline GT and the Toyota Corolla 11 are definitely like brand new toolings that have made their debut in the premium line, right? So without further delay, let's jump right into it. So at number 1 we have the 64 Prince Skyline GT, right? Pretty beautiful card art. I've kind of like recently, because of space issues, I have become more of like a DLM collector, but that doesn't take 1 second away from me actually appreciating the card art, right? Because they go to great lengths to kind of the packaging department at Mattel. I think it's still being led by Julian Coils. So they take great care in design of the card art and stuff like that. So if you know about these traditions, I mean, folks who go to conventions, so Julian Coils will basically be having these card backs, right, without the plastic or anything, and they would just be autographing these away. So they're pretty collectible and cool to have. So let's check out the model. Let me try to grab a better camera angle. Okay, right. So the 64 Prince Skyline GT. So I'm trying to understand what vibes am I getting from this car. To me, it looks this part looks more like a Nissan Fairlady, right? So this part without that top, without that hood, it looks more like a Nissan Fairlady. I'm just like trying to make sure we have enough lighting. All right, okay. So so there's like GT. I'm gonna say, yeah. So there's this GT there. The number 39. Okay, so pretty simple and elegant delivery, right? I'm trying to see if there are any details here. I'm just gonna take it off camera for one moment. No, so there was nothing like a text or something, right? So pretty standard. There's like additional detailing on the headlights there. Do you see that? Right? So do you see those rims going into the headlight, like those spokes kind of a deal, right? So I would say simple and an elegant execution. So there's every possibility that this might make a reappearance in one of those Target twin car culture, or probably Boulevard down the line, right? Because Mattel always, I mean, when they bring new castings, they kind of like try to run it in some additional series, right? So that's a pretty cool model. And this would have been the Chase. I did not score a Chase, but and the Chase version is a completely black colored version of this car, right? At number 2, we have another new tooling. This is the 72 Toyota Corolla Levin, right? Has a lot of Mazda vibes about this car. So again, beautiful, beautiful card art, right? Just give me 1 second. I'm just trying to be a little organized. All right. Again, like this looks more like a, right out of the factory, kind of like a paint scheme. No big work with regards to decals and stuff like that, right? But nice choice of tires. They definitely add some accents there, right? And nice front. So to me, it almost looks like a Mazda, right? Maybe when we get to the Mazda, we will put them side by side and do a comparison. But nice, again, like I said, for the Prince Skyline, I'm also excited to see what future releases of this new tooling we might be seeing in Mattel. All right. The next one is a Nissan Fairlady Z. Definitely a collector's favorite. This has been like very popular. This one and the custom Datsun 240Z. I always have a tough time telling them apart because they look very similar. But, JDM fanatics will have very easy ways to separate out the two. So very cool model, the Nissan Fairlady Z. Let's open it up. There's something about this paint scheme, right? So when you look at the art, right? When you look at the art, there's tinges of blue and black. Now, I don't know if that's some kind of like a special paint or, because to me, this looks... Let me kind of like get the light a little closer. Just give me 1 second. I think I'm going to need some additional lighting. Okay, that's like a tad better. So I'm wondering if, but to me, this seems like just like, a mix between a really dark blue and charcoal black, right? That's, to me, I mean, there's definitely not, it doesn't look like two colors, but honestly, at this, when the light is hitting it at this angle, there's definitely more black than blue, but it's actually like a very, deep blue mixed with the black. All right. So there we have the Nissan Fairlady Z at Number 4, we have the 73 Honda Civic Custom, right? So like I said, this one debuted a couple of years ago as a mainline. We have probably seen a couple, variations of it already, couple, maybe 3 even, right? But this is the first time this is, coming as a premium car, right? With Real Riders treatment and everything. So this whole series has been pretty plain with regards to the paint job. So there's like Honda at the back, and there's something else that I'm trying to figure out, but no, I don't think my eyes are as sharp as they once used to be. All right, but then, so simple execution, again, elegant. I think that's probably the one more reason for the simple paint schemes could be the fact that that is how they were back in the days when they were like released in Japan, and then kind of like made popular in the Western countries as well, right? So I'm thinking that is also the reason why there's a lot of like paint schemes. I mean, much of these could be modeled after real world factory colors, right? All right, then we have the Mazda RX-3. But I found something interesting here. I find something interesting here. But I was just checking out all the parts that I ripped. So the interesting thing is, you see that this has just been marketed as a Mazda RX-3, right? But here, if you see Liberty Walk, right? You see a symbol for Liberty Walk, and that is only on this card, right? I just quickly checked out all my other cards. They're not. So, and then here on the windshield, you see LB. So it's almost like this is Liberty Walks. Am I saying that right? Yeah. Liberty Walks work on the Mazda RX-3. Not sure why it got kind of like missed out on the labeling. Maybe they wanted to kind of recognize Liberty Walk because it's making an appearance on the windshield. Anyway, so that was a fun thing that I noticed about this casting, which was not part of any other casting in this run. All right. I'm ripping all of these off camera because I tend to be a little barbaric about it. Okay. So we have a pretty sharp execution. I'm gonna say I kind of love this paint scheme, the racing stripes and everything. Okay, so we have the Mazda RX-3. So there we have like the 3 for the racing decal, right? So we have LB on the windshield. So I'm trying to see if even on the bottom side it says Mazda RX-3 for casting. So it's probably the same tooling, but since they put out Liberty Walk in the windshield, I think maybe that's why they added that signage to the card, right? But anyway, beautiful model. I kind of like this is gonna be like my top favorite model because very, very well executed, and all those racing stripes, it's beautiful. So this is what earlier I said when I said, hey, these two models look very similar, right? I know there are like subtle differences. This is more angular, and this one's more flat, right? So, but then this kind of reminds me immediately about like a Mazda, right? But this one is a Toyota Corolla 11, right? So interesting mix. Like I said, if Mattel is gonna keep bringing some of the even cooler, because there's every possibility that the JDM models that we have seen so far is probably just like the tip of the iceberg, right? I honestly do not know if how many more beautiful JDM castings are out there, that would eventually make their way into the Hot Wheels line of collecting, right? So let me set that there. All right, and now let's jump on to the next mix that we have today. This is the Terra Trek, right? So there we have the Terra Trek. Let me zoom out a little. All right. So with regards to the card art, I think all of the models are basically kind of like lined up as though they are on like a mountain trek or something like that, an off-road trek. You would see models being lined up one behind the other. So I'm just trying to see if there's like a, so this one's number 2, and the Datsun, which is like right behind that, is actually number 3, and the Toyota Land Cruiser is actually number 4. Now I want to take the Toyota Land Cruiser and see what's number 5. That's basically the Pajero Evolution, right? So pretty cool that they have kind of the order in which the cars are appearing on the card art is also the order in which they are lined up in the series. So that's pretty cool. All right, so let me set the phone back right here. Okay, now let's check out the assortment, right? So with regards to the mix of the cars, let's take a look. So we have the Hummer H1, the 2020 Jeep Gladiator, the Datsun King Cab Baja Custom, the Toyota Land Cruiser FJ60, and the Mitsubishi Pajero Evolution. Now, the Hummer H1, the 2020 Jeep Gladiator, and the Toyota Land Cruiser FJ60, all of them have made appearances earlier in other premium series. I'm going to say mostly car culture, right? And the Hummer H1 is probably part of Fast and the Furious, right? But I'm pretty sure we've seen the others in earlier versions. Now, the Mitsubishi Pajero Evolution, I think it made its debut probably last year. And this year, it got like the Super Treasure Hunt treatment. So, and then, so even though tooling-wise, it's not a brand new tooling, this is the first time it's making its appearance in a premium line. And then we have the Datsun King Cab Baja Custom. That's like a brand new tooling. And it is also what would be the chase in this assortment, right? So again, keeping in line with the previous culture, tradition that's been followed for car culture chases, that's going to be completely black, right? Okay, so let me set this down and let's start checking out the cars. So with regards to the mix, there's like 3 old models, 2 first-time models in premium, and one of them, already we have seen it in the main lines, right? So that's like the assortment mix. So at number 1, we have the Hummer H1, right? So it looks like a tank, right? Pretty rock solid construction for that mimics an off-road body type, right? But then nothing with regards to colors or anything like that. The plastic, the look, the finish looks pretty plastic. So there we have. So simple execution, rugged off-road tires. And up next at number 5. Oh, wow. They're like out of order. Sorry about that. 3, 4, and 5. Yep. All right. Up at number 2, we have the 2020 Jeep Gladiator Mopar. So Mopar fans alert. So I have a lot of Mopar fans. One of my buddy, Jordan Bilgo, is Mopar, but I think his Mopar is more of old school Mustang Mopar. But I probably gotta hit him up and find out if this is something that he digs. All right. So there we have the 2020 Jeep Gladiator. Again, we have seen this earlier, but I think all these modifications are probably pretty new for this model, right? I don't remember seeing this plastic mold on previous releases of this particular model, the 2020 Jeep Gladiator. So the Mopar's got a nice splat, kind of like a deco. All right, I didn't realize I was so zoomed out. Sorry about that. Okay, so nice front grille. All right, and detailing on the rear lights and everything. Standard off-road tires. So that's cool. All right. Drum rolls for the new tooling. The Datsun King Cab Baja Custom. Wow, it's like the name's pretty much like a tongue twister. I'm taking extra care not to mess it up, Wow, let's check that out. It looks beautiful. BRE colors, right? And it says Datsun 720. Now, I wish I had probably done a little bit of homework to find out if that has something to do with the original casting, because I know we have a Datsun 620, right? So the Datsun 620 is a truck. Probably I have like a whole bunch of 620 sitting somewhere. I wanted to do a video on that sometime pretty soon. So we have nice racing decals, BF Goodrich tires, and I'm gonna say Valvoline and Bilstein. All right, so I think those are the ones that I recognize. And nice off-road construction. It's got like a spare tire and everything. Wow, pretty cool tooling. I'm really, I'm really hoping that I will score a chase in this one, because that is gonna look dope, right? So definitely a beautiful model, and I would definitely like to see this, come up rather than being a one and done kind of like a casting. I would definitely like to see a little more of this casting being released. So looking forward. All right, so nice. So again, I just want to emphasize this would have been this is the chase candidate, right, for the lack of a better word of better way of putting it. So this would have been the chase candidate in this car culture mix. At number 4, we have the Toyota Land Cruiser FJ60. So I think this casting made its debut in the Toyota car culture series. I'm gonna say that was like probably 2021 or maybe 2022. I'm a little rusty there. So this one made its debut in the Toyota car culture, and I'm pretty sure it made its appearance as a premium casting on yet another line. Now, I'm not sure if that's Fast and the Furious. I'm just going to take a peek at my display, because I recently put them out, but maybe I took them off the shelf or something. I'm not able to locate it, but I somehow have a strong feeling that this casting has been released earlier on 2 occasions as a premium car, right? So I kind of like love this desert green. Is that what we call it? Or like an olive green, right? So looks very military grade, like designed for off-road and stuff like that. I like that. I like those classic stripes and beautiful Toyota grille and nice details on the back, like a license plate and everything, which is actually like the tooling coming out, right? So it says, I'm just trying to see, I'm trying to see what this says, but I'm not able to find out what that for is kind of reading there. But anyway, definitely a cool model. There we have at number 4, the Toyota Land Cruiser FJ60. Coming up at number 5, the final model in this run is the Mitsubishi Pajero Evolution, right? So now when this car made its debut, like a couple of years ago as a mainline, I definitely knew Mattel was gonna give it more premium treatment, and it was no surprise when it became one of the super treasure hunts for this year, 2024, right? So so with regards to the tires, I'm kind of like happy with this execution. So it says Evolution and Mitsubishi front grills details, and wow, nice. So it says Super Select Forward. Wow, I'm thinking if that was like a special name they gave to the transmission. So I think with regards to details, I think this one takes the price, right? There's like beautiful detailing with regards to the taillights and everything. So pretty cool. So there we have the latest 2 car culture assortments, the Japan Historics 4 and the Terra Trek, right? So with regards to Japan Historics 4, like I said earlier, I think I'm going to go with this one. This one is like the best executed model. Although from a new model perspective, I'm happy that they're bringing cool models like the Prince Skyline and the Toyota Corolla 11. And with regards to the Terra Trek, I am definitely gonna say this one's like my top favorite. And then with regards to execution, definitely with regards to the details and everything, this Pajero is probably my number two. And definitely the Toyota FJ Land Cruiser is definitely like a favorite, one of my favorite castings. So that is what would be like my top castings in these two releases. What are your favorites, and what is a casting that you would like to have in your collection? Hit me up in the comments. So that's what I had lined up for you guys today. Till I meet you guys next time with another episode. This is Suresh signing off. Rock on and stay awesome, everybody. Bye.